Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name is Alberto Torres. I'm very excited to bring you another episode on the podcast. I'm very excited to be here with amazing entrepreneur Adrian Lee. And it's very amazing to have, an in-person conversation with him. So I'm going to let him, talk about more about who he is and his come up on his story. So Adrian, you got the floor, man.
All right, so my name is Adrian. I'm 21 years old. I've been kind of like in this like digital entrepreneurship niche for about 2 years now. Um, I started broke. Then I worked myself up to a 6-figure income. Grateful, and yeah, man, that's really it. Like, honestly.
That's exciting, man, that, you said you've been in digital entrepreneurship. And as the crowd may know, they knew who you are, Adrian Lee, been one of the biggest names in the industry. Forex trading is a very big topic that a lot of people like to talk about nowadays. So how did you get into Forex trading?
All right, so basically, this how it played out. So me being broke at the time, so I basically had I got my little brother. He got an older brother, but it's not really my blood brother. But we're still cool. So I seen that he was doing it, or I was asking him about it, and then that's when he kind of just mentioned someone like, and that person's name is Fade, and I didn't know who Fade was. And basically I just went to Fade page, and then I just seen basically the lifestyle that it brought. And after I seen that lifestyle, it was over. Like, I was like, yeah, I need this, and all this off the internet, off Wi-Fi. It was just a must. So I end up DMing Fade. He DM'd me back, and the rest is history, honestly.
Yeah, that's crazy. I know I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who T Fade is, and he's done amazing things out there. And it's crazy how you say that when you make money online, it's the best feeling ever because you're sitting at home, as you said, on Wi-Fi. A lot of people don't think it's possible, but it is possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned T Fade, you hit him up. How did you feel when, you first texted him and then when he responded, to your DM?
All right, so I ain't gonna lie, like, with me being broke, I was low key on some like hype. I was like, oh shit, like this is actually happening, like this is real life. So then bro was like, yeah, I got you. So adrenaline started pumping. I started thinking about the possibilities. Like, bro, this if bro really take me under his wing, this. And then that's when he gave me the prices. So this is kind of like how the backstory happened. So I was debating, should I invest in myself? Because he dropped the price. He was in I Am Academy at the time. Even though he was a great trader, he still is. He was in I Am Academy at the time, and he told me the price. The price was $235. I only had like, honestly, only had like 300, something dollars to my name. And I was kind of like, debating if I wanted to, invest in myself with my last, or do, I want to have fun with it. Like that's kind of like the broke mindset, these days. Like, do I want to invest in myself, or do, what can I do with the money? Like, I can have fun with it. So I was just thinking, I remember I was just sitting down on the floor in my room, man, and I was just thinking, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And then I was like, like, F it, I'm going to roll the dice. And then that one investment, bro, that one business move changed everything. Like, literally. Like, so that's how crazy it can get.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And I like that you said you invested your last into yourself because, as you said, is you become hesitant. You don't know what to do exactly, And how can I put it? Let's go back in time. If you had that decision right now to make, would you make that same decision again?
I don't know. Like, without knowing what's gonna happen, because it's always like fear. Whenever you losing money, or it's always fear on the other side. So I honestly don't know, because what if one of my boys would have hit me up like, hey, we're going to the beach or something like that. I probably would have been like, F this. He probably just I probably would have started building up scenarios in my head. That's kind of like that broke mindset, from back then, thinking of scenarios. Everyone's trying to scam you, and I'm probably like thinking like, bro ain't gonna really put me on for $235, or he ain't gonna really teach me nothing, so let me just go to the beach. So I honestly can't, I honestly don't know. The world will never know. I'm just grateful that I made the right choice.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And you talked about IML, so it's multi-level marketing. And what was your experience with IML?
All right, I'm gonna be honest. I have nothing against it. I have nothing against the whole like MLM platform. I was making around 5,000 a month within like my first 2.5 months of ever doing MLM. So that was pretty crazy numbers. Like I was 19 years old making 5 bands a month. Like I didn't know what to do with myself. But from then going on and like achieving more, the whole like that whole space, I feel like it's very intermediate. Like it's good if you don't know nothing about trading, if you don't know nothing about entrepreneurship, because it kind of like teaches you how to like how to handle people and things like that. So it's very intermediate entrepreneurship. So I don't have nothing bad to say. I'm not a part of it. Don't associate me. I'm not a part of it, but I have nothing bad to say.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, multi-level marketing, I can see that, it did build a good foundation for you. It did give you, that taste of, of success. And like you said, in multi-level marketing, it does give you like a skill where, you can handle a group of people, know how to kind of manage, your own little business. At the same time, I would also like to ask you this, do you think you would ever go back to multi-level marketing?
All right, man. Shout out my boy Faz, man. I gotta give my boy a shout out. He the only team that I think that I would seriously go back to, because they just lit, and they actually trade for real over there. I just mess with their environment. So that's the only team that I would probably go back to. But other than that, I don't think I ever go back. Reason being is because I'm not like that kid from like 2 years ago. I actually got the skill set now and I'm profitable. Like I don't need it, and I have my own network, so I can get sales without it. So it's like there's honestly no need for me there. And just like no, like we know the numbers of how MLM work. Like they only really making like 25% of. So I don't see myself going back. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely respect that, there is some entrepreneurs who like that space and environment and some who like to do their own thing, And I'm pretty sure everyone wants to know, if you're not doing multi-level marketing, even though you did that before, what are you offering? What are you doing at the moment?
All right, so basically what I do now is I'm an independent day trader, and I basically run like a Discord server, right? So I have a community with all my students from beginner to advanced. Um, it's like a mini course, basically, if no one, someone can just come in, don't know anything about trading, can learn. And then I send my day-to-day trades, on a daily basis, like win or lose. I am 80% accurate. Um, so like losses are inevitable. Um, I offer sports betting, crypto information, and just a bunch of other resources. And I also be giving them, like free game. Like I host live calls every night at midnight, and I be giving them free game, whether it's like life experiences or money management, things like that. And I give them all that for $80 a month, bro. Literally, literally. And I just be real with my people, and that's why they rock with me.
Yeah, $80 a month. I know that sounds good, especially for everything that you're offering. And does everyone have access to that, to you, to get that education from you?
At the moment, yes. Well, like will it always be like that? I can't say that just because like it's like a stock. The more the value go up, the price is gonna go up, and then the access is gonna go down. So right now, the people that believed in me, in the beginning, whenever my independent journey is all obviously gonna be locked in for $80 a month forever. But as I keep growing, it's gonna be $100, 200, 300, 500, to then where only like that high class people can then get it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially how you said you're 80% accurate. The average trader really is only around 60% accurate. So for you being above, the average is really amazing. And you said $80 a month. Like I said, that's an amazing price, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned your prices are gonna go higher. Around what range do you think your prices would go? Because I know your information is very valuable. So
like my next price range will probably be 100 a month. That's probably like the very next one. I do offer lifetime spots for $750 one time payment, and it's kind of like I offer one-on-ones and like basically like entrepreneurship mindset calls and things like that. Basically like that personal connection for 750 one time payment. But that's gonna go up as well. So right now, you know I feel like the next after the $750 one time payment, it might be like a band to 1200.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good price because, as you said, you can name your price when you know what you bring to the table, and I feel like that's amazing. So anybody who's watching this and you guys want to tap in with Adrian, you can definitely do so. I also want to ask you this. I feel like it's very important as an entrepreneur to have this mindset. Exactly from this day in 1 year, where do you see yourself?
Honestly, bro, I see myself just being crazy up. Like, definitely, 7-figure earner. I actually plan on becoming a 7-figure earner this year, so I see myself, 7-figure earner, penthouse at the top floor. Potentially, I'm not sure if I want to go penthouse or do I just want to get a gigantic crib or something like that. But, wrist froze. The wrist was already froze, but, we ain't going to get into that one. Not on this call. We're not going to get into that one, But, yeah, I plan on, having a crazy whip. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure what, the details yet, but I just, see myself just being at a overall, higher than what I am now. So.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure everyone can see that work ethic. You definitely have that confidence of yourself, which is amazing because as an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, you have to have confidence to be great and to do great, right? Mm. So with everything you're talking about and all these plans, what inspires you to keep working hard and staying motivated?
All right, that's a good one. Like, I feel like something that kind of like inspires me to go hard is kind of like my circle, my friend group. See, I'm young. With me being 21, everyone, would think that, all my friends are around my age, that are successful. But really, like, all my friends are older than me. All the people that's kind of like successful, like, around me are older than me. And then I'm the brokest one. So it's like they just let me know, like, it's levels. Like, every time, I plan on, chilling or, I just had like a 20K, 30K month, whatever. They be like, oh, I just had that, in a week or a day type shit, So it's just like, damn, like, it's just great to have those type of people around you,
Yeah, I feel like when you're around with a lot of successful people, you're bound to become the next successful person. I really believe in that because, for example, if you hang out with people who, just like, of course, there's nothing against with partying, but who just like to party, don't want to do nothing in life, you're going to do the same thing. But if you're around with people who actually have a motive, they actually want to do something. And I kind of want to get off topic because, I feel like, we don't want to just be all about business. I just want to ask you, ever since your come up, ever since you've been successful, how's your situation been with the females?
Oh, my God. Everyone asks me that. Honestly, I'll be completely honest. I have a girlfriend. Shout out to my, my girl. I love you. But, like, I'm going to take it back before my girlfriend. Because, I got with my girlfriend after I was already successful, But before then, it's way, way easier, like, way easier. Like, the girls that, like, that didn't want to ride with me back then, it's just, like, let's say, like, a normal guy got to do all this work to, like, maybe, like, to get them or whatever. Like, I literally would just, hit them up, boom. Like, it's just the status, the success, so it's way easier, And obviously, I'm not gonna wife. I want to wife them, I want to wife them, but and I say after I became successful, I end up getting the baddest. Like, like, let's say you got a girl, or let's say you're talking to a girl, you might think that that's the baddest girl you've ever had. But then whenever I became successful, I'm like, dang, like, my girl shitting on all of them, you feel me? So,
yeah,
it's just a blessing, man.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only reason I asked that is because, like us, of course, getting off topic, but like you said, sometimes those girls that you wanted back then, your mind changes and develops to a point you're like, I don't want you no more,
Yeah, bro. Sometimes, bro, I just look, I'm like, bro, what was I thinking, bro? Like, I'm like, yo, there's definitely levels. There's levels. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that, and that's good. And as you said, you're taking it out, which is amazing, Mm-hmm. And of course, we're gonna get right back on topic. If you could give one nugget to any new trader out there, to any entrepreneur who wants to start, let's say, a business, what would that nugget be?
All right, I say, on some real, even though we're talking about money, like 10K, 20K, whatever, that's just, the fruit of your labor. I say focus on the skill more than the money and don't put a time limit on your success. I be seeing like a lot of entrepreneurs, they might be seeing, us, 'cause we're young, they might be seeing us and they might be like 25 or, and they are still like at kind of like the ground level and now they feel rushed because they think time is running out. Nah, I say, just focus on your craft and just grind, Like I read this caption the other day. It was like, you'll see how fast you're improving and growing whenever you're timing your own laps. So that's why I say just focus on the skill, put your head down and just grind, man. The money will come. So
I definitely agree with that. And for everybody watching this, I definitely, in the last interview, we had a very important nugget by three entrepreneurs. Really pay attention to these entrepreneurs because I feel like these nuggets, are very important. They've already made six figures on the way to 7, 8, and so on and so forth. And definitely keep a lookout for his journey because he's definitely going to do good. And I agree with that nugget. And what's really, your overall goal? You said your Discord, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to make sure all your people are doing?
All right, so basically, I'm really just trying to. All right, so I was a YouTuber before. So I used to have like, even though I wasn't that big, I only had like 8,000-9,000 subscribers. But like there was like I was building like a little army, like, and I just like having that community, like behind me. So that's kind of like what I'm doing with my Discord. But this time I want all to have money, I want all to be successful. I just want to have like just they like my niggas. That's what I call them, like my niggas type stuff. So, I don't look at them as like, oh, you're my student, you're my mentee. I look at them as like, family. So, just trying to bring everybody up like one by one by one. So.
Yeah, that's very important. I feel like anybody out there, if you do want to be a part of him, I feel me myself, I would probably definitely be a part of his family because I feel like when you have somebody who's been successful, and as you can tell, you had T Fade who took you as a mentee, and then you are who you are now. And I feel like it's very important to have somebody that you're comfortable with, that you can feel like family, because you don't want to be a part of an environment. Let's say I'd rather be making money in an environment that I'm happy than making money and not being happy, because your mental health is very important as well. And we talked about you being a good successful trader. What other sources of incomes do you have?
All right, so I am in kind of like the crypto space, like, dealing with nodes, basically like DeFi, like decentralized finance. So I'm big into that. Like I got crypto mentors and I actually just got involved in like the credit game. So I'm really just at this stage of my career. It's like, it ain't really about the money right now, but it's like, I'm trying to build like that wall, like that foundation to it's like, all right, like, what else being traders and stuff, it's always risk involved. It's always like, all right, you up now, but it can, something could happen, God forbid. So right now, what I'm just doing, I'm trying to learn how to use the money and build a rock solid foundation. So now, I never fall. So.
Yeah, for sure. And with these other sources of income, is there going to be one day where, you have it all in your Discord, or do you currently have that right now?
I kind of got, like the DeFi in my Discord. I kind of got the DeFi in my Discord. I don't really have like the credit portion in there. I have like little, like tips, like Fade is in my Discord. Like sometimes he might drop like little nuggets or whatever. But I do plan on offering a service like once I become like elite at it. So right now I'm kind of like taking like a month or two to really like grasp everything, and obviously test runs like on my girl, family, things like that to see, and then just learn, it's like it's a different field. So I'm just learning, all this different stuff. And obviously, like I make money. I do make money off of my Discord. So, that's like, what's that, 4 streams right there? I think 4 or 5, something like that. So, and I do sports bet as well. So.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. You have all these sources of incomes, and definitely to be a successful entrepreneur, you definitely want to have more than 2 or 3. As you said, you had like 4. You definitely want to stay between 4 to 7. I feel like because when you're rich, and I said this last time in my video, you're definitely rich when you know you're making money in your sleep. And I feel like that's very important. But honestly, AJ, I really appreciate you for having you on board, for taking your time to be on here, man. It really means a lot. For you guys watching, go in the comments, like the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. It means a lot to me, and I'll catch you guys later, and peace out.